Hey folks, it's Kathy Yergis with BG3, and we are here together the last week of 2016. And I really like to take this week to reflect on what went well over the course of the last year, what we have to look forward to in 2017, and what things need a little bit of adjustment, that they worked great, but we can make them work better, or they didn't work as we had intended and we need to make a shift. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is which social network is right for your business. So my company BG3 helps people with inbound marketing, lead generation, and social branding. And so this is a great topic, and I find this is the one of the number one questions I get from people is, where should I be on social and what should I be posting? So that's what we're going to talk about today. And it's summarized really around 3 questions that I need you to ask yourself. And the first one is, does the social media platform that you're considering make sense for your content? Okay, so here we have really 8 different types of media networks. All right, so there are hundreds, thousands of different social media networks out there, but they generally fall within 8 different categories, and we're going to talk about those briefly. The first one is what's referred to as the kitchen sink. So they do a little bit of everything, a little bit of all types of content, and that's mainly Facebook and Twitter, where you're going to see video, images, text, and a little bit of everything on those networks. If you are strong, if your content is strong in images, then you want to consider things like Pinterest, Instagram, Tumblr, that are really image-based, okay? Artists or anything that has to do with a lot of photography, you're going to want to look at an image-based network. If you do video, there's lots of options for video. So you've got YouTube, Vimeo, Vine, and a number of other ones out there for video. But if that's your strength, and now Facebook, if you're doing video, so if that's your strength, those are the networks that you want to consider. If you are business focused, so B2B, LinkedIn is still your number one network, and you need to be playing in that arena. If you are opting for SEO and authorship, then we have to look at Google Plus, because Google runs the SEO. So if you are really trying to drive SEO for your company, you need to be aware of what is out there for Google Plus and be participating there. Location-based, so retailers who are very location-based and location-specific, then you want to look at things like Foursquare and Yelp. That's where people can check in and give reviews and look for other things in their neighborhoods. Messaging apps, messaging networks are really becoming popular, and so that's where Snapchat falls, or WhatsApp, or Kik. Those are the messaging apps. And so if your goal is to communicate via messaging directly to customers, then those might be the apps that you want to look at. And then we have a whole bunch of niche networks, okay, that are meant for either specific industries or specific purposes. A lot of people curate collections on some of these sites. So we have Reddit or Quora, which offer the opportunity to gather information and curate it into a personal collection. And so those are the different types of networks that we have. And so you want to think about the type of content that is generally produced by your business or that makes sense for your business, and pick accordingly from those apps or those networks. The second thing that we want to look at is, do your followers or your fans or your prospects spend time there? Okay, so Snapchat is a good example. Snapchat is great for messaging, and it's great for that personal connection. But if your demographic is 50 and older, they're not on Snapchat. Okay, so your network is not there. And likewise, if you are trying to reach teens or those in their early 20s, LinkedIn probably isn't where they're hanging out right now either. Okay, so you have to look to see if your demographic is standing there. And I pulled together some research from Pew Research, 2016 numbers, and created a chart, which will be available on our guide, But the chart here indicates the percentage of adults who are online and which social networks that they participate in and that they spend time in. And so it's broken down by male or female, by age groups, by education, income levels, and location. So this is a handy thing to look at if you are, if you have a really clear idea of who your ideal customer is. You can break it down and find out via this research where they're likely to be on social media. And the final question you need to ask is, does it make sense for you? Okay, so there's a few things to consider. One is your target audience. All right, is your target audience there? But you need to also be realistic about the time, the resources, and the budget that it's going to take to play on that social network. Okay, most of the social networks are free to get started, but to get more views, to get more engagement, there are always the options to pay to play. And so consider how much time and effort. Okay, Facebook is the granddaddy of all the social networks, and that is where a lot of people choose to build their business following. However, Facebook is a very noisy place. And so do you have the time and the resources and the budget to break through that noise so that your audience can find you? Okay, that's one of the questions there. And then you also need to be able to embrace change and remain flexible. Okay, so don't get completely set in one social media platform because you either know it and you don't want to learn the others, or because it's what's working today, because things are going to change. New networks are going to pop up. The platform user interfaces are going to change. The rules, the algorithms are going to change. And so you have to be able to embrace that change and remain flexible. Okay, we all know Facebook changes things continually. LinkedIn is going through some major user interface changes right now. All of the platforms change their algorithms, offer new features, take features away, and you have to be able to be flexible enough to work on that. Ultimately, whatever social network you choose to use and the content that you choose to share, it should all be driving people to your list. Okay, so that is the ultimate goal. You need to get folks to take action on whatever it is that you're posting and drive them to your list. Offer them something on your website to sign up for, direct them to a landing page, engage with them enough so that they become comfortable with you, so that when they see that you make an offer, that they're willing to take action on it. Okay, so those are my tips for today. I wish you all a very happy new year and a fabulous 2017. And I look forward to helping even more people in the new year. Thanks.